right, everybody, what is up? Welcome, chat, to another live stream. How's everybody doing? Let's see. Let's see who we're gonna get first in chat tonight. While we wait on that, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the comments up on my end over here. There we go. Mike's gonna get first tonight. What's up, Mike? Welcome, dude. Welcome. Let's see. Go ahead and I normally don't put that we're going live on like any other page besides Discord, but let's do a little experiment tonight and let's announce it a few other places. Sanchez, what's up, dude? Welcome. Eclipse, what's up? Yo, Wonder Bro. How's it going, dude? Welcome. welcome. I wanna also at some point switch up the Halloween theme that we've got going on here because we started this like back in September and I want to mix it up. I don't want to run the same Halloween theme all October, so we might work on that later a bit too. Yay, Wonder Bro, what's up? Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. How's everybody's day been? welcome. So today, guys, today we're going to be talking about the power of perspective. The power of perspective. Now, this is a big one. This is a big one. I know I say that a lot. But this is a big one. The power of perspective. Basically, what I'm saying is the way that you choose to view, right, this anxiety, the way that you choose to consciously view these thoughts and these feelings. Now, we know what we shouldn't be doing, which is adding all that worry, which is adding all that second fear. That's what worry is. That keeps you in the cycle, right? So we know what we shouldn't be doing, which is trying to fight with these thoughts and feelings, tell horror stories about these thoughts and feelings. We know that much. But let's talk about perspective. That's what we're going to do tonight. Let's talk about perspective. Let's talk about the way that you choose to view these hard days, the way that you choose to view these retraining days, the way that you choose to view these thoughts, feelings, triggers, whatever the case may be. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Where you been? It's only been a day. It's only been a day. Forgive me. Forgive me. I know. I didn't stream yesterday. I had a lazy day yesterday. Sanchez keeping the Halloween spirit alive. I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's yesterday I was gonna stream. I just ended up having a lazy day. I'll be honest. I was like, I could stream, but I'm not really in that correct mindset. And anytime I force myself to stream on those days, you guys get crappy streams. Like, let's just be honest. You get crappy streams. They're not that great. So, how is everyone doing? Let's see. Real quick. Let me check something real fast here. I know we broke 10,200. So where are we at? 10,207. We are at 10,207 subscribers, guys. 10,207. That's absolutely insane. Thank you so much for that. Lazy days are good. It's okay to have lazy days every now and then, right? No stream yesterday. This one is going to be good. Yeah, no stream yesterday. I spent yesterday kind of just recharging my batteries and focusing on other things. So no stream yesterday. There's days, right? There's days where I'm like, okay, I'm not really in that mindset. I don't feel like I can deliver a good stream today, but then I make myself do it anyway, and then I'm always unhappy with the results. Like anytime I just make myself do the stream anyway, when I know that I'm not going to be able to deliver a quality stream, I'm never happy with the results, and I end up just having to redo it. So maybe I'm too hard on myself. Maybe I'm too hard on myself. You see, there's still lessons that I need to learn, right? There's still lessons that I need to learn. Maybe I'm a bit too hard on myself. I don't know. All right, guys. Let's see here. Where are we sitting at? You know what? Let's go ahead. Why not? Let's go ahead and get started. Let's get rid of that. So the power of perspective. We're just going to jump right into it. The power of perspective. Now, like I was just saying a few minutes ago, we know what we're not supposed to do, right? If you've been here long enough, you know what you're not supposed to do as far as anxiety is concerned. What does anxiety consist of? The physical symptoms, the negative intrusive thoughts, any sort of triggers, right? This is all under the same umbrella, anxiety. So if you've been here for a while, hi Edward, welcome to the stream. If you've been here for a while, you know already, you're well aware of what you're not supposed to do, right? Which is to add that second fear. What is second fear? The worry. So when these thoughts and feelings are there, when these triggers are there, you need to basically back off and let this happen so that your amygdala can learn that all is well. What is the amygdala? The part of your brain responsible for setting your anxiety levels. So we know what we're not supposed to do. We're supposed to get out of our own ways, not add the worry, aka the second fear, when these thoughts or feelings are there. So that's not fighting with them, arguing with them, debating with them, trying to persuade them, adding all this nasty second fear. We know what we're not supposed to do. But what about perspective? So let's say we've got someone who's in recovery. We've got someone who's trying to heal their nerves, trying to retrain their brain. They're not adding second fear. They're working, right? They're working on that. They're practicing on allowing these thoughts and feelings with a mindset of bring it on, with a mindset of I got this, with a mindset of I'm going to teach my brain the truth, right? What about perspective, though? Is it okay? At that point, as long as you're not adding second fear, aka worry, is it okay at that point to work on your perspective? Right? I've had that question before. Is it okay to work on my perspective, Wonder Bro, or is that too much getting involved? Right? And I'm here to tell you, as long as you're not adding the worry, as long as you're having that mindset of I accept these thoughts and feelings while I live my life, I accept these thoughts and feelings while I live my life so my brain can learn, right? As long as that's the way that you're going, we can also work on your perspective a little bit. So what does that look like? Right? What's a perspective anyway? A perspective is how you view something. A perspective is the lens that you view something through. So if we've got somebody who is working on cutting back the worry and accepting these thoughts and feelings, right? But their perspective, which is basically the little things that they kind of tell themselves, that how they view the experience, if their perspective is one of okay, I'm doing the work, I'm not adding the worry, I'm not adding second fear, but this sucks, I hate this, I wish this was over, right? So we've got somebody who's practicing acceptance, but at the same time, their perspective is one of negativity. Their perspective is one of just down in the dumps. Their perspective is one of just all around in general negative. We can work on that. We can work on that. So I have seen that before. I've seen people who are using acceptance. They're cutting back on the worry. They're cutting back, what is worry? Second fear. They're cutting back on all that, which is great. Thumbs up, right? That's awesome. But they're very negative about it. They might not be adding as much fear as they used to be. They might not be, they might be working on that worry, but they're just very negative about it. They're very down in the dumps about it. Oh, I hate this, which that in itself has second fear, right? So you can be working on acceptance, but still have a very negative outlook on the whole experience, right? So you can make progress. But if you have a very negative perspective about the whole process, right? It gets a little bit sticky. You're still kind of playing around with second fear a little bit. You're still kind of playing around with worry a little bit, right? Maybe not like you used to be, but you still are in little ways. So absolutely, we can have people that are using acceptance, cutting back on that worry, aka that second fear, but they still have a very dominant negative perspective of the whole experience. I'm using acceptance, but man, this sucks. I'm using acceptance, but I really don't want to do this again today. I'm using acceptance, but this is just this is a bummer. I'm using acceptance, but how long will it go on? So you can be in that awkward stage where you're using acceptance, you're cutting back on the worry, aka the second fear, but you still have a very negative, dominant perspective of things. We can work on that. We can work on that, and that might be what pushes you a bit more forward. That might be what helps you get to that finish line, right? Right? That could be it. So we can absolutely work on that perspective. Perspective is powerful, and I'm not talking about just anxiety, guys. So when you get these thoughts and feelings, of anxiety, and you remind yourself, okay, it is what it is, so be it. Going to live my life, going to let my brain see that these things are irrelevant, right? When you do that, but then you follow it up with a new perspective too, of I'm excited for this. I'm ready for this. This is what I need. This is what I need to do. I'm happy to do this. I want to do this. Do you see the power of perspective? So you can have someone who's using acceptance, but they're doing it through a very dominantly negative lens, right? And they might make progress. They might make progress, and they probably will, but they're not going to make as much progress as the person who also is using acceptance but following that up Following that up with a new perspective, right? A new perspective. Somebody said it's hard to have perspective when you're sensitized. I've been there. I've done that. I'm not somebody who learned this stuff through a book. I know this stuff isn't easy, but this is the way out. Whether it's easy or not's irrelevant. Whether it's easy, not easy, difficult, this is all irrelevant. We got to view this as irrelevant. Here's the way out. Either use it or don't. Right? So when you are sitting around, and again, this is another example of perspective and the power of perspective. When you sit around and say, but it's so hard to do this, right? It's so hard to do this. Well, I understand that breaking a habit's not necessarily the easiest thing in the world, right? But we can change that perspective. We can work on that perspective and we can go from, oh, this is so hard and difficult and I don't want to do this. I've got so much work to do. We can kind of change that perspective to, I'm excited to have my life back. I'm excited to do the work. I know that the work is going to lead to the person that I want to be. So we can start to work on this perspective. So as we're leaving these thoughts and feelings alone, and accepting these thoughts and feelings and not adding that worry, right? We can also kind of join that with a new perspective too, which is only going to help you move even further. It's only going to push you even further. So in one way, you can have someone who's working on acceptance, but they're they're dominantly negative about the whole experience. Or you can have someone who's working on acceptance, but they're also working on that new perspective. I'm excited to retrain. I've got this, right? I know that this is going to give me my life back. Do you see how this perspective, although you may not believe it at first, working on this change of perspective can be powerful and it can help push you towards that recovery goal, right? So, and like I said, I want to touch on this just for a second. I said earlier for a brief moment that this is not just about anxiety, but life in general, and that is true. That is true. Here recently, I've been trying to give you guys more examples about how the things that you learn on this channel are not just good for your tired nerves, they're good for your life in general, right? And the same concept, absolutely the same concept applies to the power of perspective. So let's say we've got someone who's not sensitized. Let's say we've got someone who's healed their nerves, their brain is right on track, right? But can the power of perspective help them with just life in general to lead a better quality life? Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? So, a good example, a classic example, I'm stuck in traffic. Power of perspective. Right? Which way do I want to view this? Do I want to view this as a little bit of downtime just to relax, listen to some music? Or do I want to view this as people are assholes? Who the fuck is slowing up this line? Blah, 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 blah. Which way do I want to take this? Right? And most people are predominantly negative. And I'm not one to preach about false positivity. Oh, you should force yourself to be the most positive person in the world, right? But just slight changes of perspective can make all the difference, guys. I'm not saying go around and be the most positive person in the world, right? I'm not saying, take it to that extreme. I'm just saying slight changes in perspective, whether we're talking about anxiety, whether we're talking about symptoms, whether we're talking about, being stuck in traffic, whether we're talking about whatever, right? Something happens in your life, right? Slight changes in perspective can really, really be a powerful thing. Again, not just with anxiety, but life in general, right? Life in general. So, here, like I said, here recently I've been trying to touch on the fact that, perspective and all the things that we talk about here on the channel can be applied to more than just anxiety. Here recently I've been trying to kind of drive that home because it's so true. I don't want anyone to make progress on healing their nerves, retraining their brain, and then they just forget about acceptance. Then they just forget about the power of perspective, for example, today's stream. I want you to take this stuff with you because this is good life advice, not just good anxiety advice, good life advice. So again, just to kind of touch on the main point of today's stream, the power of perspective. If we've got somebody who's using acceptance, they're not adding so much worry to the thoughts and feelings. They're just keeping a mental attitude of acceptance, a mental attitude of I got this, a mental attitude of bring it on, a mental attitude of it is what it is. I'm not adding worry, right? That's great. That's amazing. That's excellent. Don't get me wrong. But if we can take that same person and also work on their perspective a little bit to get them excited for recovery, get them willing to go into these retraining days, right? If we can work on that perspective so that the perspective isn't dominantly, oh God, this, oh God, that, if we can work on the perspective, then we're starting to go even further with recovery. Right? So again, in one way you can have someone who's using acceptance, but if they still have a dominantly negative perspective, it's a little bit tougher for them. It's going to be a little bit tougher for them because hidden within that negative perspective is still a little bit of worry, right? So really, we want to get you excited for the retraining days. We want to get you excited for recovery. We want to get you excited for taking your life back, and that's a matter of perspective, right? That's a matter of perspective. So next time you're dealing with these thoughts and feelings and you're just giving yourself those little accepting reminders, you know what? I'm not going to add worry to this, is what it is, going to live my life. Maybe you can also tack onto that a new perspective. One that looks like this. Hey, I'm excited for this. I'm ready to retrain. This is good for me. This is good for my brain. This is good experience, right? So you can add on a little bit of a change of perspective there, which should just help push you even further towards your goals, right? Towards recovery. So with all that being said, guys, again, one point that I've been really wanting to make here recently is that this is good life advice, right? I know I keep saying that, but it's so true. I don't want anyone to heal and then forget about acceptance, right? Go back to fighting with every thought that they have. I don't want anyone to heal and then forget about the power perspective. Go back to just being a negative asshole all the time, right? I want everyone to continue to grow, learn, and improve even after recovery, right? So the power of perspective, guys. Notice I didn't put anxiety recovery dash the power of perspective. I just put the power of perspective because it is so true. And again, I'm not saying you have to be this 100% positive person all the time. I'm not saying you have to, constantly go around worrying about your perspective. I'm just saying slight changes to your perspective when you notice these old negative habits can mean, can make a world of difference. They really can. So, whew, that was a mouthful. The power of perspective, guys. Work on it. Work on it, right? Not just for your nerves, but for your life in general. All right? So that doesn't mean you have to fight with negative thoughts. We accept those. But the perspective behind it, this is good. I'm ready for this. I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to do the work. I'm excited for this. This is what I need. Retrain my brain. That perspective can make all the difference. So, with that being said, we're moving on to the post stream. To the post stream. What do you guys feel tonight? You think we should do some like Halloween music or what should we do? I'm gonna let you guys decide. Do we do Halloween music tonight or do we just do our regular music? Help me decide on the music choice tonight. Kate, what's up? Welcome. Sanchez with all of the Halloween emotes. I love it, dude. After years and years of saying how bad this sucks, I can't take this anymore. The thoughts are usually automatic. Been treating those thoughts just as I would any other intrusive thought. Yes, do not feed, right? Do not feed what you don't want to grow. And then you can follow that up with, I'm ready for this. I'm willing to do this, right? Little, short, sweet, simple, accepting reminders. Get on with your day, right? I'm healed and still come in here to hear this stuff. Good info in lots of ways. I appreciate that, Travis. Thank you for your continued support, even after healing. I appreciate that. Halloween, yes, Halloween. Okay, so we want to do Halloween music tonight. Everybody cool with that? Everybody cool with that? Let's do some Halloween music. We haven't done the Halloween music in a bit, so let's do that. Let's do that. We got to sit through some really quick ads. Some really quick ads here, and then we'll be ready for our music. Let's see. All right, let's get it going. Right here. All right, we're good. We got it. Finally, some Halloween music going. How have you been, Travis? I know the past few streams you've said that you were doing really good. You feel like you're healed. How's your day been today? But you're absolutely right, Kate. Sometimes these thoughts can seem automatic. Sometimes the second fear, what is second fear? Worry. Sometimes that can seem automatic. You're absolutely right. I'm new and ready to be healed. Well, you're definitely in the right spot. You're definitely in the right spot. Let's see. All right, I'm good. I went all in and healed fairly quickly. It's so possible, people. 10 years eating shit sandwiches, and now it's all steak. Hey, there you go. And I want to clarify. You know, Travis says 10 years of eating shit sandwiches, right? And now it's all steak. I want to clarify that Travis didn't do anything special. He didn't do anything special. It's really easy when you're down in the dumps to read these comments and say, "Well, what did he do that I'm not doing?" The only thing Travis did was watch his videos and use what he learned, which is thoughts and feelings. Keep a fuck it mindset. It is what it is. Don't start the worry, right? And live your life. That's the only thing Travis did. He's not taking in any information that you guys aren't taking in, right? For my people out there that are still a bit, down and out. He's not taking in anything that you're not taking in. He's just running with what he's learning, right? So that's the only difference there. Still feel a little weird though. So you're finally out of the woods. Keep going, dude. You're making great progress, Tony. You have been for quite some time. You just got to keep it up from here. Just got to keep it up from here. Keep it up from here, dude. Feel amazing at the same time. Yeah, so there's kind of like this awkward adjustment period, right? There's kind of like this awkward adjustment period where you're coming out of this stuff and you're not used to not being in this stuff. Right? You're not used to being in this or out of this stuff, so it's like this awkward adjustment period, going from I would say constantly anxious to back to being you again, back to being quote unquote normal again. That can feel a bit weird. Right? That can feel a bit weird. You're not used to it. Just continue to allow it. 2 months doing what Wonder Bro says. That's it. So 10 years of BS, right? And then 2 months of doing what Wonder Bro says, and you're back to feeling amazing and awesome. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but not to toot my own horn or anything, but doot doot. So just saying, just saying. Your streams are awesome, Wonder Bro. I appreciate that. Thank you, dude. Does awareness and personality come back in layers with acceptance? I think that's a fair way to put it. It's not so much a bells and whistles kind of moment, it's more of a gradual healing process. So I think that's definitely a fair way to put it. I think that's a fair way to put it. You're going to be tested, guys. It took Travis 2 months. Okay, well, it can take you however long it needs to, right? You're not going to worry about it because that's the advice. We don't worry. We allow the thoughts and feelings. We don't attach the worry. Then we live life. Right? So we don't worry about time frames, but my point is, take it from the people in the chat. Take it from the people in the chat. This stuff works if you're willing to put in the work, right? This stuff works if you're willing to put in the work. That's a good catchphrase. Hey, we got a $5 tip. $5 tip from Alan, I believe. Alan, thank you so much for the $5 tip. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I believe that's how you say that. I'm not sure. If I screwed that up, please correct me. But $5 tip. Thank you so much. Let's see. Let me go back. We're running out of music here. Thank you so much for the $5 tip. Starting us off tonight. I appreciate you so much. We're on a 38-day streak, guys. Absolutely insane. I appreciate it. Absolutely insane. Thank you so much. 38-day streak. Wow. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you watching and supporting, Tony. I really do. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, keep it simple. Keep it simple, man. If you're not at that, point yet where you feel confident, in this, right? Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Worry is the culprit of the cycle, right? This is what keeps you in the cycle. So what we're trying to do with the two main keys is cut the worry out. I'm not saying cut the thoughts out. You're going to have thoughts, right? But I am saying cut the worry that you attach to these thoughts and physical symptoms, right? You got to cut that part out. You're not attaching the worry. You're just having a mindset of it is what it is, right? So that's one of the two main keys. What's the other one? Let's do a pop quiz in chat. I just gave you one of the two main keys to cut the worry out, to not attach the worry to the thoughts and feelings. So I just gave you a freebie there. What's the other one, chat? You guys should know this. You should know this like the back of your hands. You really should. What is the other of the two main keys? One of them is to stop fighting with it all, right? One of them is to stop fighting with it all and not attach the worry to these thoughts and feelings. What's the other one, chat? Let's see who gets it first. Let's see who gets it first. What is this song? Oh no, not this one. No, we're not going to do this one. This one's too intense. You definitely screwed it up. Oh, it's K. Okay, yeah, I definitely did screw that up. Thank you for calling me out on it. See, I can't learn if you don't call me out on it. Live your life. There we go. Style alert. Got it. Style alert. Got it. So the two main keys, we got to stop attaching the worry to the thoughts and feelings, and then live your life. Don't sit around on the couch worried about anxiety all day. Build that confidence. Live your life. Show your brain what's up, right? Two main keys right there. Two main keys right there. They're super simple, right? Like you can't put that any more simply than we have already. So they're super simple, but you actually have to use them for them to work. They're super simple, but it takes practice. They're super simple, but you actually have to apply it. You can't just absorb it and not apply it, right? So two main keys have always been very, very super simple. But if you don't apply it, you know, what can we say? If you don't apply it, what can we say? You know? So you got to apply it. Acceptance and effort. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Sanchez. Yes, sir. Oh, let's get a drink. T.I. and Rihanna, just live your life. Oh, you steady chasing that paper. Just live your life. Oh. Yep, basically. Basically, that sums it up right there. You got it. You got it. So easy. So easy, but guess what? It takes work. It takes practice. Right? Old habits. Old habits, chat. They die hard. Those fuckers die hard. They don't die easy, right? That means you're going to have a lot of moments where you're going to want to attach the worry to the thoughts and feelings, right? But you got to have the consistency and dedication to not do that, right? You got to have the consistency and dedication to not do that. You're going to have moments where you're tested. Thoughts are there, feelings are there. You're wanting to attach the worry, but instead you're just keeping that mindset of it is what it is. I got this. Ready for this? Bring it on, right? You got to put in that effort. You got to actually do that. Haven't done much driving or eating and dining in quite some time. Proud of today's accomplishments. That's awesome, Kate. Hopefully, while you were doing that, right, while you were pushing yourself, you weren't basing recovery off the way that you felt, right? Because obviously you're going to feel uncomfortable when you start to do this, right? But instead, you were just remembering your one job, not to attach the worry, acceptance, let your brain see the experience for what it is, aka not a real danger, right? Let's see here. I see some horrible perspectives going on, right? And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's the easiest thing in the world to do, right? But when you sit there and you think to yourself, it's so hard, it's so difficult, is that helping? Answer me that. Is that helping when you sit around and think and worry about how hard it is? That's just more worry. You're not using the advice, right? Do you see it's sneaky? Worry is sneaky. Worry is sneaky. Worry is sneaky. Right? So when you sit around and you're thinking, aka worrying about how hard it is, your brain is saying, what's up? Right? You see that? So when you get the thought, oh, this is so hard, we don't have to attach anything to that. We don't have to attach anything to that. We can get right back to living, right? So you see where we're kind of going with this. You know, there's that change of perspective. So the thoughts and feelings come, but instead of attaching the worry, we simply say it is what it is. I'm excited for this. I'm ready for this, right? Instead of trying to fight with it and argue with it, we just kind of say, hey, I'm ready for this. I need this. Going online, but new people, just duck your head in and go through it. Gonna suck either way, but one way is the cure. Hey, I appreciate that, Travis. Thanks for stopping by and watching, dude. Appreciate it. It's you know, it's sneaky, man. It really is. It's sneaky. It's some sneaky stuff. You can be sitting there doing all sorts of worrying. You got to call yourself out on it, or sometimes you'll just get so wrapped up in it you don't even realize it. So it can be a bit sneaky at times. You got to be self-aware. You got to be self-aware of what thoughts you're fighting against in your head. You got to be self-aware of what the worry that you're adding to these thoughts and feelings. You know, you got to be self-aware of that mindset, right? And that's not saying that we're trying to block out any thoughts or feelings. We're accepting them, right? But you do have to be self-aware of the worry that you're adding. um, I've read your comment a few times, Timothy. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. I'll be honest. COVID and coping mechanisms? Not really sure what you're getting at. My apologies. Let's see. There we go. Sometimes there is a bit of a language barrier. I'm hungry. What's for dinner, Wonder Bro? What are you drinking? I am drinking a Coke. And what am I gonna eat? I have no clue yet. I have no idea. We will figure that out. We will figure that out. I have no clue. I'm kind of in the mood for like I don't know, pizza in a way. I haven't had pizza in a little while. Pizza sounds good. I'm gonna have to be quick though because I think everything closes here soon, like a couple hours or something. So I'm gonna have to be quick about it. How do I feel about COVID causing anxiety? Nothing outside of you causes anxiety except your own worry. Now, COVID being what it is, of course you should take the necessary safety precautions, right? That's called realistic action. However, the extra worry that you're doing about COVID itself, that's what's causing your anxiety, not COVID. COVID didn't come around and say, hey, you know, I'm going to give you all anxiety. What gives you anxiety is the actual worry about COVID itself. So it's weird in that way. Nothing outside of you necessarily causes anxiety, right? It's your worry that you do about the things outside of you that causes anxiety. It's the worry that you do about the feelings you have that causes more anxiety, right? If your nerves are already tired. It's the worry that you do about the thoughts you have that causes more anxiety, right? So it's not necessarily anything outside of you that's the direct cause of the anxiety. It's your worry about it, right? It's your worry about it. So, and then some people say, well, yeah, but this is a real thing. Yeah, of course it's a real thing. But you can only take the realistic action that you can take. Outside of that, you're just keeping yourself miserable with the worry that you do. So, does that make sense? I hope that kind of answers your question there. Travis dropped the mic in chat. I love it. Love it. Out. A Coke, you say? And pizza. And another Coke. No water? Hey, you'd be proud of me, Sanchez. I have drank some water today. right? I have drank some water today. I'm not currently drinking water, but I did drink a little bit of water today. So there's that. There's that, all right? I'm not completely waterless today. Is tension the last symptom to go away? Well, symptoms are different for everyone, so we can't necessarily say, well, tension's the last symptom to go away, right? Because people are different. Anxiety symptoms can sometimes vary from person to person. It's all the same boat, right? But we can't necessarily say tension is the last symptom to go away because that might not apply to everybody. But tension itself is definitely a very common symptom. It's a very common symptom. Is it the last to go away? It might be for you. It might be for you, right? That's very possible. But we can't really make a bold statement and say that's how it works for everybody, but it definitely could work that way for you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Giant. Welcome, by the way, dude. Welcome to the stream. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I wish I just had this Halloween music on like a loop or a repeat so I didn't have to keep playing it back. I need to do that at some point. Download some stuff. Sanchez, keeping that Halloween spirit alive. Yes. Thanks, Wonderbear. You are the man. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I hope that helped. But remember, I say this all the time. It's only going to help as much as your willingness to use it, right? That's the thing. That's the catch about all the advice that you might get here on the channel. It's only as good as your willingness to use it. Oh man, okay. Let me grab my charger. Oh. Boom, boom, boom. Almost back, guys. Almost back. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Ugh. Tip goal. I don't know, man. We're on a 38-day streak. We're on a 38-day streak. If we hit 40, that'll be absolutely insane. I haven't heard Nova and her pineapple. Yeah, her squeaky toy. She's outside running around at the moment. It's a fairly warm night. I have to go get her, bring her back in after the stream is over, actually. No, Timothy, I personally did not want to go the medication route, but with that being said, that's really all I can kind of say about that topic. I can't really touch on that too deeply. I'm not a doctor, right? I can't persuade you one way or the other whether you should go the medication route. But me personally, no, I didn't. I didn't go that route. Hey, what's up, Dwayne? It's been a minute, dude. Hey, it's good to see you. How are you doing? It's been a minute, man. How are you doing? Catch me up, dude. Catch me up. I need to make some YouTube shorts. I haven't done that in a minute. I'm going to check out this whole video. Just got off from work. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Absolutely, no problem, dude. I haven't seen you in a minute, so I was curious. It's always good to see familiar faces. Catch up with you guys. Sanchez! Sanchez, my guy! Bro, thank you. Thank you, Sanchez. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Sanchez, you the man. What is that? Who's that? Truth, man. Hey, Truth. Thank you so much, Truth. I appreciate you. And then Sanchez again. Sanchez again. Out of nowhere. What the hell's going on? Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. What does that put us at? 45. Within a matter of like 10 seconds. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. That puts us at 45. That just all came out of nowhere. You guys are on the same like wavelength apparently, because that just all came out of nowhere at the same time. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thank you. Hey, let's give a round of applause to these guys. Thank you so much. And Kay, don't forget about Kay. Kay, thank you so much. Kay and Sanchez and Truth, thank you guys. I appreciate you. Yeah, don't forget about Kay. Thank you guys. That just all happened very quickly. Very quickly. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I was just chilling. Thank you guys. Sanchez. That was a bit overwhelming. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it, Truth. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with it. I don't make it a point to discourage or encourage, right? I just leave it up to the person. I leave it up to the individual because I feel like that's, really a personal choice. It really is. It's a personal choice. As far as medication's concerned, it affects everybody differently. It's really, it's very much a personal choice, so I try not to comment on it. Sorry for that. Sorry for that burp. Style alert. Wrapping it up, man. Style alert, thank you so much for the $5 tip. You know what that means, chat? That means we officially hit tip goal today. Moving on to a 39 day streak, man. 39. Kate, they both had the same idea there. That means we've broken tip goal today, and we're moving on to a 39-day streak, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate it, man. I feel like we're gonna hit 40, and that's just I really don't know what to say about that. 40? Are you kidding me? I know I've said this many times before, but I didn't think we'd get past like 10. I figured we'd hit like 10, at the highest, and then we'd have to restart. But 40, almost 40, yeah, I didn't see that. Didn't see that coming. Didn't think that was going to happen. I appreciate the shit out of you. Hey, I had a question. When coming out of derealization, what is it like? Is it gradual and sort of uncomfortable? I would say that's fair to say. Sometimes I don't know exactly how I feel. It feels very off. I would say that it's, for starters, a very hard thing to try to describe and explain, and I would say that you did a pretty good job at it. I would say all of that sounds very fair to me. It is a gradual process, and it can feel a bit strange because you're going from one, right, from one kind of way of living and being to another way, and that's a gradual process, and it can also feel a bit strange. Can also feel a bit weird because you're used to feeling the way that you're feeling, even if it is with derealization, right? So when you start to step out of that and come out of that, which you will, it's gonna feel a bit odd. It's gonna feel a bit odd. So Style Alert did it. Kate and Style Alert, they both had the same idea. They both had the same idea. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Like I said, I figured when I started doing the streak thing that we'd hit like 10-ish days at like the high, and then we'd have to restart it. But you guys have absolutely blown me away with that, so I really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. You should all give yourselves a big pat on the back. Thank you for helping me keep this show on the road. Thank you for all that you do. I really appreciate it. You guys deserve all the love in the world. So make sure you give yourself a big old pat on the back. Make sure you give yourself a big old pat on the back because I do appreciate it, and it really does help. It really, really does help. So thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. I haven't dropped the link to the Discord chat today, so we should probably do that. Probably go ahead and do that. We've not done that today. I don't think we have anyway. Let's see. Go ahead and do that right quick. There we go. Anybody who's interested in joining our little Discord family, feel free to click on that link. It's absolutely free. You're giving information to change lives. No, thank you. I appreciate that, Kate. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad that we can help each other, right? I'm glad it's, everybody's helping everybody. It works out. It's awesome. And the way that we do it is nice. I love the way that we do it because there's people out there that can't, they can't afford to do anything like that. And that's fine, right? They don't have to. They can still get all the information. So it works out in everybody's favor. Everybody wins. And I really like the way we do things around here. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys, we are approaching. We are approaching that 1 hour mark. We're approaching that 1 hour mark. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for all that you do. Thank you for all the support, all the love. Like I said, I'm glad that we can, everybody's helping everybody here. And it's awesome. I love this little community. I love this little family. I like the way things work around here. And I'm looking forward to continue doing what I'm doing. And, seeing all these success comments, seeing people come in here and say, hey, my life's changing for the better. That makes it all worth it, man. It's amazing. So thank you guys so much for all that you do. Special shout out to Kate, Style Alert, Sanchez, Truth Speaker, and Kay today. Hope I didn't miss anybody. But yeah, thank you guys. I love you. Please use the information that you're getting because it's only as good as your willingness to use it, right? Get that effort, put it in. So I love you guys, and until next time, as always, stay awesome.